This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to a C2C Rankem. I'm the host, Big B, alongside my co-host, halfway around the world, the Pryme Uce Tim. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Excited-ish, I think. We got good topics today, and just so happened to be after I come back from what we're doing the topics about. And I'm telling you, that was an experience. Do you ever get a chance to do that? Anybody who's watching us, you get a chance that the Olympics are in near you, please take advantage of it, because it's definitely something.
Yeah, no, definitely. You obviously went to the first night of women's hockey, I think it was. So what was your experience like there?
I found out it wasn't the first night.
Okay.
But it's hockey. I'll be honest, I've never gone to a professional hockey game in my life. I've been to a couple college games, especially being as close to Northern Michigan University as I was. I got a chance to meet a couple of players that ended up going to the NHL, but it's an experience. But to see women's hockey, I'm a big hockey fan. I've always said if I never played football in high school, I'd have played hockey. I love the game. It's amazing, but that's one of those games that's expensive to play because you got to pad yourself out and stuff like that. I'd have loved to have played hockey. It's one of those guilty pleasures of mine. And just before we came on the show, I was watching the bronze medal game between Switzerland and Sweden. One of the teams that I actually got a chance to watch with Sweden and Italy. But it was 0-0 in the second period. But Sweden impressed me. I think they have a real good shot at winning the bronze if they keep playing. They play like they did against Italy and not against the United States. That game ended 6-1 between Italy and Sweden. Not so lucky between Sweden and the United States, because they lost 5-0 in that game. That's a strong team. It's fun. It's interesting. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, you're saying backstage too that you're just surprised on the turnout of the U.S. over there in that game.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. You go there expecting. I had my tickets for pretty close to a year, and because they were cheap and we knew how to get there pretty simple, pretty easily. But to go, and I'm expecting to see a pretty heavy contingency of the Swedish and the Italians, with the Italians being a home team. But gosh, I think I was in a section of about 100 people. I think about 25 to 35 people were from the United States.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, I definitely would look into going to a Olympic event anywhere near, so, but definitely fun. So I heard this today on the radio, and I think we probably all think about it every so often. We're going to take hockey out of the equation. What Olympic sport would you thrive in or would want to take part in, I guess?
I know I speak for myself, and I probably speak for you, and I know I speak for my brother, because it was funny because Em and I started I think the first event that we watched at the house after the hockey was the curling, and I'm like, oh gosh, she's like, why is it so popular in the United States? I said, because any Joe Schmo Schmuckatelli can get off the couch and play curling. I'm like, I would do it in a second.
Yep. No, curling is one of my sports that is just like on the bucket list just to try. And it's big here in Minnesota. We got a couple of big curling teams. As a matter of fact, the team that won it a few times was based out of Minnesota. I think the women's team this year is based out of Minnesota. So, that, as a matter of fact, I got a curling club in St. Paul here. So it's on the bucket list, but yeah, definitely that. I'm also intrigued by speed skating because it's speed skating, but it's like slow. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, definitely that. Bobsledding would be one. There was a question that was posted on my Facebook page one day. Being that it's the Olympics, and what event, if you could do to make it an Olympic event, what would it be like? Sleeping or eating or something like that. So. Is there something that you could take in your personal life that you would medal in the Olympics?
Oh God, no. No. Well, there was that rumor for so long that they wanted to put poker into the Summer Olympics. I'm going, okay, now I may have a thought, but
I made a comment on there. I said arguing with my wife would be the game I would probably be able to medal in.
No, I don't argue. I used to, but I don't as much anymore. So yeah, no. At this point it'd be poker, and that's about it.
Yep. So, all right. Well, let's get into it. It is the Winter Olympics. We're going to do, 6 categories based on the Winter Olympics. So let's start with the top 5 cities to have hosted the Winter Games. So, I'm going to start off. I'm going to go 3 because I think there was some very intriguing cities there to host. So,
yeah, 3. I like 3. I think it'll be interesting.
All right. Well, you kick it off there.
My number 5. It was right before the turn of the century. Everything kind of led up to it. You always wanted to see what an Asian country would do if it were given the opportunity to host the Winter Olympics. And it's weird because you don't really expect this to be a Winter Olympic type city. I think there's a lot of people that didn't think Italy was a Winter Olympic type country, and it's kind of shocked. Depends on which half of the country, but the way this city is situated and the way it worked, and I've read a lot of stuff about how modernized it was, how everything was getting amped up for the future. I don't know if it was because we were getting ready to go into the 21st century. Make sure my timing's right. But how everything started to change. Everything really, really started to change after this city, and how all the athletes thought it was an amazing city. It was exactly what a lot of people were expecting. A lot of the athletes were expecting. My number 5 was from 1998, Nagano, Japan.
Yeah, that was one that definitely intrigued me, just because looking it up, they've hosted a few of them. I'm just going to put Germany all together. So, just the things that happen over in Germany, you always hear the stories, but yet they still seem to get Olympics here and there. So, your number 4.
My number 4, I this was the one that really, I think, started to solidify us on where we're at now in the Olympic, how everything's run in the Olympics, how everything is really the path that we're on. I can still remember I always get this one confused with Calgary, but You can't forget it. My number 4 was Vancouver in 2010.
Gotcha. For me, number 4, kind of like what you said for Japan. I'm going to say the same for this city because you think of it being a warm climate city, hardly snows, but they've hosted a couple Olympics in the winter. LA.
They've only done I thought they only did the Summer Olympics.
No, now you got me questioning here. You could be right.
I know Munich. I know Germany had Munich, but I can't remember what else they had.
You might be right. Maybe I was just looking at overall cities that hosted the Olympics.
Wow, that happens.
All right. All right, scratch that one. All right, number 3.
My number 3, they consider this city was probably the best run Olympics in any year. Everybody, again, another one of those where the athlete said you couldn't have run it any better. The city ran it almost perfectly to a T. My number 3 is Lillehammer, Norway in '94.
Gotcha. I'm going to go with 1972. You brought up Japan. I'm going to bring it up. So kind of a snipe for you, Singapore.
Yeah. Where was that? 72, Singapore. What to think about that one?
All right, you're number 2.
My number 2, it was a city that has hosted it twice, and it's weird when you find it out, and especially it's an American city that has hosted it twice. Once in 1932 and once in 1980. It's a small town, but the fact is, it was like the town was made specifically for the Winter Olympics. My number 2 is Lake Placid, New York.
Yep. Well, I think I'm going to get screwed out of this one too because I don't see it, but I see him. I put the first because we like to do first, and the list I had St. Louis as the first United States to host the Olympics back in 1904, but it looks like it was the Summer Games. Because
my number 1 is the birthplace of the Winter Olympics, which took place in 1924. Again, like I said, we put the first one in. I put the first one in too. I got Chamonix, France.
Okay. See, and I put Athens in there as my number 1.
Yeah, you got all the Olympics.
Yeah, I got all the Olympics. And just read the notes here too. They don't recognize Athens as being the host of the Olympics anymore.
Really?
So, yeah, I just read that. I was scrolling through. Yeah, which took place in Athens is no longer recognized by the IOC as the official Olympic Games.
Wow.
Yeah.
We learn something new every day on Rankem.
I guess we do. So, all right. So let's go into. I like this topic, Tim. So it's kind of hard to, find. But the top 5 influential Winter Olympics. So
it was tough. Yeah,
it was tough. But I have a feeling. I'm going to go 2, and I have a feeling number 1 is going to be the same.
I'll give you 2, but I don't think our ones are the same.
Okay. All right. So my number 5 is the 2022 Beijing Olympics in China. Just coming off of all the COVID stuff. I mean, it sounded like it was pretty hectic, but they got through it. So, yeah, number 5, the Beijing Olympics. You're number 4.
My number 5.
5.
My number 5, we're going back to it's influential because it was the first. I'm not saying that stinking name from France again because I probably slaughtered that and the French wouldn't like me. But I'm going to say the 1924 Winter Olympics in France because it was the first.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't put my note here, but I have the 2010 Vancouver games. I'm trying to see why I put them there. I think now that I think about it, it was the coming out party for Sid the Kid and Shaun White for snowboarding.
Yeah.
That's why I put them on there. You're number 4.
My number 4, you brought up COVID. You brought up post-COVID in Beijing. I think the bigger one was 2002, just to see what was going to happen after 9/11.
Oh yeah.
To see how we were going to run after that, and especially I think they really upped the security after that one, and and it proved to be an amazingly run Olympics. But I've got the 2002 Salt Lake City, Utah Olympics.
All right. I got, mainly because this is one of my favorite movies, I have the 1988 Calgary Games that debuted the Jamaican bobsled team. Your number 3.
My number 3. Well, it's the first time it's going to be said today. It's not C2C, and it's if we're not sniping, brought to you by Punch Gunk. I've got my number 3 is your number 4. 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics.
Okay. My number 2, we're going to hit close to home. The 1996 games in Atlanta with the bombing that happened there. So, you're number 2.
So you sniped me at Vancouver. I'm going to snipe you right here. I know I'm sniping you right here at this point. My number 2 basically takes place during the Cold War. There's another. You brought up a movie in Cool Runnings, but I'm going to bring up another movie called Miracle. My number 2 is again from the aforementioned Lake Placid, New York, 1980, the Miracle on Ice Winter Olympics.
Yep, sniped that one. Brought to you by Punk Gunk. The Lake Placid 1980 Olympics. Watching that movie, I know, they probably didn't get it accurate, but as close as they got to it, man, yeah, I don't know how those kids did play for them. I mean, most of them came from Minnesota, so yeah. You're number 1.
My number 1. I wouldn't have gone to the Olympics if it wasn't for this influential Winter Olympics. I wouldn't have gone to see a women's hockey game in the Olympics. My number 1 is the 1998 Nagano Olympics, where they introduced women's hockey, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they may have introduced curling in that one too.
What year?
98.
No, curling's been around longer than that.
Well, it's been around longer, but I don't think it's been an Olympic sport since
1998 Winter Olympics. Nagano. That was Lipinski. She was at 15. Let's see. Let's try this. I thought curling's been around forever. New events. Yeah, they try to always bring.
Yep, snowboarding, curling, and women's ice hockey.
Wow. Oh, it was a return.
Yeah.
Curling returned to the Olympic program as an official medal sport for men and women.
Right.
Following its appearance and demonstrated in 92. Okay. Gotcha. And that was also when they allowed NHL players in the Olympics for the first time. All right. Cool. All right. So let's move on to the female side of things and our top five female Winter Olympians. So
I'm gonna be terrible at some of these names.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that same thing. Hopefully they're not watching. But I'm gonna go.
Punch Gunk may hate us. Punch Gunk might hate this show because we're not advertised too much with them today.
Well, I don't know. We might get some, but I'm gonna play it safe and just say 2.
Yeah,
I probably got a curveball out there that So all right, so kick it off.
all right. I'm gonna kick it off. A lot of it's amazing that some of this is like this. I've got a Soviet cross-country skier who's gotten 10 medals, 4 of them gold. Oh, my Lord. My number 5 is Racia Smetanyan. Nope, not even going to try. These are just terrible names, man.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Not even close.
I'm going to go U.S. here because she just jumps out at me. Bonnie Blair, she has 6 medals. So you're number 4.
I'm bringing since you like speed skating, I'll give you a speed skater, and we probably had a chance to see her at one point because she competed in 7 Olympics. She got 9 medals, 5 of them gold. But mine's from Germany. Oh boy. My number 4 is Claudia Pechstein.
Oh, that's not a bad name. That's not a bad name. My curveball, just because I think recently she's probably, when she made headway, she definitely brought, I think, the young skiers into the downhill slopes. And then definitely with her relationship with Tiger Woods, Minnesota's own, St. Paul's own Lindsay Vonn.
Did you watch that?
I did not see her bust up her leg. She's done for.
Oh, I saw it. Oh my Lord, I saw it. And that literally, she was. Well, every time they cut to her, every time they would be like this, and they'd just be looking at every time they cut back, it was like all of a sudden she knew, like she was like on cue to start screaming, my leg, and I'm like, okay, let's not watch that anymore.
Yeah, no, I've not seen it. All right, you're number 3.
My number 3, my wife is going to love me for this because I put an Italian woman on this list. A good cross country skier. I could never cross country ski, so anybody who could do that, by all means, please. She's got 10 medals, 2 of them gold. My number 3 is Stefania Belmondo. See, it's Italian. Right. It's an Italian name. I can get that right. I'm
gonna score points with your wife here too, because I got an Italian speed skater on the board here. The most decorated Winter Olympian for Italia with 11 medals, Adrian Fontaine. All right, you're number 2.
She's the most decorated Italian, yeah. So we're going back to speed skating. It's either they know how to ski or they either know how to ski or they know how to skate. But I'm going with my number 2 is the speed skater from the Netherlands who's the only athlete to medal in 5 Olympics in both the winter and the summer.
Oh, okay.
So, but she's got 13 medals. Holy hell.
Yep.
6 of them are golds from the Netherlands. My number 2 is Irene Wust.
Well, at number 2 by Pump Gunk, Irene Roos. I have her at number 2. 5 consecutive, 5 consecutive Olympics. Yep. So, all right, you're number 1.
I'm not from Norway. But again, skiing and skating, it seems like that's all the Winter Olympics are about. I've got the most decorated athlete. I think she's the most decorated female athlete in history from Norway, Marit Bjørgen. Go ahead.
I'm glad you got to say it because I wasn't going to be able to, but definitely sniped me at one. 15 medals, 8 of them gold. Most decorated female. They're saying winter Olympian in history. So
yeah.
But I mean, she can't be too far off of summer. I mean,
she can't be too far. No, yeah, definitely.
So well, that was a good one. We got 2. So let's move over to the male side of things. And I get the struggles here to announce these names first. So, but
I'm going to be interested. I think we get 3, and I get 3. I think we get 3 by accident.
Well, I don't know. Of course, now I pull up a different list that has different people on here because. All right. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find the one I had here. All right. Anyway, so I'm going You're going 3 by accident. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 2. And
2. Okay.
Yeah. My number 5 is a guy that's from Sweden. He's got 9, 16. Jingberg, Jenberg, from Sweden.
Yeah, no, they're good there. He's all yours. It's my number 5. It's kind of interesting that you brought up the '98 Winter Olympics, and it was about who had introduced us. Was it 98 or was it? Yeah,
98. Yeah,
where you introduced us to Sid the Kid in this athlete. Since you've already said the name, I'm just going to bring it up. With 3 golds himself, I've got number 5 for the United States in snowboarding, Shaun White.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going my number 4 from Netherlands with 9 medals, Steven Kramer. That's probably going to be the easiest name I get to pronounce.
Probably. Probably.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4. My dad loved watching this guy skate. It was to watch him do it over and over again. I think it ended up being, can't remember if he was on Dancing with the Stars. And then I realized I don't watch much for AEW. And then there was this wrestler called Cassius Ohno. I'm thinking, is he related? Is he related? I've got a short track speed skater with 8 medals. Probably is the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian. My number 4 is Apolo Anton Ohno.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. My number 3, also with 9 medals from Norway. That's going to be the theme of my next 3 picks here. Jonas Calabu. So, and he is, as of February, the most decorated male Olympian with 9+ gold medals. So, all right, you're number 3.
My number 3, again, it's either skating or skiing, and I decided to go with the Apolo Anton Ohno was a speed skater, but he's always going to be behind one other person when it comes to speed skating in the United States. The most, with 5 golds, the most in a single Olympics. I've got Eric Heiden from the United States.
All right. From Norway with 12 medals here, 8 gold, 4 silver. Cross-country skiing legend, Major D. Hilly.
Yeah, well, I'm going to probably save you on one of these.
All right. You're number 2.
Well, number 2, it's not C2C and Punch Gunk if we're not sniping. My number 2 is your number 4. You picked the easiest one to put for the one I can deal with. And yeah, my number 2 is Sven Kramer. If I have a feeling who your number 1 is, this is going to be amazing.
My number 1 is known as the king of the biathlon. He secured 13 total medals, including 8 golds through his career from Norway. Ole Bjørndalen. Yeah.
Ole Einar Bjørndalen.
Yeah, something like that. All right, You're number 1.
My number 1 ain't C2C unless you're sniping with punch gunk. My number 1 is Ole Einar Bjørndalen, the same number 1 that you had. I am so glad that you did say that before I did.
Hopefully they're not watching. Hopefully we don't get canceled.
To be honest, I hope they're watching. Going.
Well, I mean, I hope they're watching too. But that would be awesome.
It's like they'll be like, we got brought up on a show in the United States about Rankem, and we were like in the top 5. Did you get it? You got a notification. What happened?
Yeah, I got a notification for some fraud on my card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll take care of it later. All right. Well, that's one thing with our bank. I do like it, but it's just like, come on. So,
right.
All right. Let's go to the top 5 Winter Olympic sports that, I'm not going to watch, but hey, if there's nothing else on, I'm going to watch them. So, I knowing from what you talked about, we're probably going to get 2 or 3 for sure. I'm going to go 3.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you 3.
All right. Well, kick it off.
Well, I'm not. It's like if it's on, it's on. If there's nothing else in the Olympics, I'm watching it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this to begin with, and I get it, but I can't watch it. But this should be like the number 3. This should be like the number 1 list of mine. But God, I used to ski, and I hated these goofballs that would come onto the hill with just one board. It's like, dude, you're not a purist. My number 5 is snowboarding.
Okay. My number 5 is the Nordic combine, where they do downhill skiing and cross-country skiing together.
Yeah.
You're number 4.
Yeah, at least you didn't see the one that they started this year where you did ski jumping, and then you later during the day you had to do cross-country skiing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Lord.
All right, you're number 4.
My number 4 is, speaking of cross-country skiing, my number 4 is cross-country skiing.
Well, brought to you by Punch Gunk. I got cross-country skiing, too. I'm with you. I can't do it. I don't even know how they can. I can't even cross-country run, so.
I can't run on the snow, let alone add skis to the problem.
Yeah, no kidding. So, all right, you're number 3.
My number 3. Most people would be watching this just to see if there was going to be some type of murder involved in it somewhere down the line because somebody cheated or something, and then it never happens. But and then you understand that most of the people who do this sport that are really, really good at it are the Scandinavian countries like Sweden and Norway and Finland, because they basically patrol their borders this way, and basically you just basically made their job into an Olympic sport. I can't. So it's funny because I think I watched. There's got to be a show on TLC or A&E where they show people on cross country skis with a rifle on their back, and yet these people don't go to the Olympics. I always thought it was going to be like they need to have like a drive-by shooting in the middle of in the middle to see if they ever get upset. But my number 3 is the biathlon.
Yeah. But to be able to do how many events is that together?
Just
3, 2? Okay. All right. So my number 3, and probably going to get a little heckle out of this one, because we can see it here in the United States most of the time. I don't watch it unless it is probably the gold medal games and stuff, but hockey,
As soon as you said that, I'm going to get a heckle out of this one. I'm going, and I'm thinking, hockey.
You're number 2.
My number 2. My stance on this has changed a lot on it, because when I was younger, I loved watching it, because you have to be some type of suicidal to do this to this sport at this speed.
Oh.
My number 2 is the Super G. Holy hell.
Oh.
And I live in the country where Alberto Tomba is from. And that guy is like a national hero here. But to put I like going downhill at a snail pace. These guys are like shoving a rocket up their ass and shoving them down the hill. And I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah. My number 2, again, it's one of those things where I'm only going to watch if it's on, or if something magical happens, or somebody breaks their leg, which I still haven't seen. But downhill skiing.
And the one episode, it was the one time you could have seen it, you didn't watch.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you're number 2.
My number one. I'm doubled up.
All
because I'm doubled up, and then realize, I will always watch it. It just seems like I'm so disappointed. It seems like all the times that they have the accidents is when I'm not watching, and it kind of makes me upset. But they're kind of along the same lines. My number 1 A and B is bobsledding luge.
Oh, really?
The thing is, I want to see him car. Why do you think I watch NASCAR? I want to see him wreck, and it's like you don't get to watch him wreck, and it's so bad.
Well, when you started talking about watching the mistakes happen, I thought you were talking about my number 1, because it doesn't seem like we never get to see them, or I don't see them. And I actually tried watching this sport the other day, trying to fall asleep because I was so tired, but I couldn't get to sleep. My number 1 is figure skating.
Oh, you needed to. Holy dude. M doesn't watch much for sports. She's not a sports person, so why'd she marry me is completely is unknown. But we sat one night and watched the long program for the men's figure skating. She says, I'm never gonna watch it, but boy, do they screw up. They screw up all the time. I mean, there was like we watched 18 skaters, 17 of them fell.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the good. You must have missed. You should have watched the long program, because the men screwed up like it was their job.
Yeah. All right. So we go from might watch if there's nothing on to I gotta watch. When it's on. So, well, I know we're not gonna go 5 because you named one on your list already. That's on my list here. So I'm gonna go 3.
Mine, your one is probably the one that I have on my list is probably sitting at number 1, and and the reason why I know we're not going 5 is because one that's on my list is at your number 1.
Well, yeah. So I'll go 3. What do you got?
I'll give you. We may go on. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're going 3. Now that I'm looking at my list, we're going 3 because you've already got 2 on your list. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for me, it's a must watch just because of the speed and how dangerous it is, and it's only a solo person doing it. It's the skeleton.
Yeah, I could have added the skeleton. I could have added when I found out there was something called the monobob. I wasn't sure what in the world that was.
I don't know what that is either.
Well, it's the bobsled. What it is, it's a bobsled, but it's just one person in the sled. And I'm like, I didn't even realize that was an event.
Yeah. All right, you're number 5.
All right, well, it's not C2C unless we're sniping.
Wow.
No, but it's for Punch Gunk because my number 5 is your number 1 on a different list.
Oh,
my number 5 because I just brought it up. Figure skating. I will watch figure skating until it goes into. Oh my gosh, I think it's awesome.
Oh no. Well, when they do, because I mean the basic figure skating, no, but if they do the all out, I forgot what they call it, where they can do pretty much whatever stuff they want. It's pretty interesting. But when the
free program, it's a free program.
Yeah, but when they're doing like the basic stuff, the
short program kind of gets boring, but if you do that long program, the free run, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. My number 4, well, you I think had it in your list for we'll only watch if it's on. I got snowboarding. The tricks those guys can pull out and So you're number 4.
My number 4, I think I'm trying to figure out when this is taking place in Iron Mountain because there's a World Cup event that happens. I don't know if it was before. I might be after the Olympics. I've never been. And the thing is, if Cortina wasn't 3 hours away and up a mountain, I would have probably gone this year. And the funny thing is, everybody's like, "Well, what's your most memorable thought of watching this?" I said, "It's always the Wide World of Sports. When you look at ABC's Wide World of Sports and the agony of defeat, and this guy eats it off a jump. That's what everybody says, and that kind of made me want to watch it even more." My number 4 is ski jumping.
Yeah, especially when I'm out with the big ski jump there. Yeah, you're right. My number 3, not just because of Herschel Walker, but definitely, and not because of Cool Running, but I've always loved the bobsled. So my number 3 is bobsledding.
I've got to have you at least. We're getting to it. I have this feeling we're getting to it because I'm going to steal you right here. Again, this is one of those we've questioned it every so far. You started the show off questioning if whether it was an event that I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I watch it like it's cool. Well, I rubbed it into my wife's face when the United States beat the Italians in the semifinals. Boy, she hated me that day. And then the Italians beat the American women. Oh boy, I couldn't hear the end of that one. And then the Italians beat the Italians beat the men and beat the United States men. I got to learn to shut my mouth sometimes. My number 3 is curling.
Yeah. All right, that's number 3 for you. My number 2, I brought up before. As a matter of fact, one of the clips I just saw was the last person in a race sped up and lapped the people, and then ended up being last, supposedly, but ended up winning the race because they forgot that she lapped them already. My number 2 is speed skating.
That was the Japanese one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She just,
they start off fast, and she just kept going, and
she was.
They heard the bell for the final lap, and they all stopped, and they didn't realize it was because the lady in last was the first. One in first. Yeah. So
she pulled a Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last type of thing.
Yep.
Except she was. So
you're number 2.
My number 2, Punch Gunk, you're going to be very, very happy because it's not C2C and Punch Gunk. If we're not sniping, it's the phrase that pays. My number 2 is your number 2, speed skating.
Yeah, I love speed skating.
I love it too.
My number 1, and of course, we'll bring it up one more time, is curling. Like you said, it's a sport that most people can do right off their couch. But yeah, it's shuffleboard on ice, and I don't know if I could do the brooming, but I probably do the shuffle there. So you're number 1.
My number 1, I think it's pretty obvious where my number 1 is, considering what I would have done. I watch it every chance I get. Like I said, I was watching it while we were backstage. My number 1 is hockey.
Yeah. When you get into the medal games, I think it's a little bit better, but we get to watch it all the time here. during the winter, so it's not one that's just like, oh, I got to go watch. You know, it was cool the first year when they brought the pros in. You know, just kind of like watching the Dream Team. You know, but now it's just blah. You know, so all right, down to our favorite subject here, topic, the blind five. This is where we have a topic, the other person doesn't know it, and we try to rank what they got. So, Tim, why don't you kick it off for me?
All right. You know, I've sat here and thought this to myself, and I've posed this question to myself like hundreds of thousands of times, and now living in a different country, you kind of wonder how hard it would be to do these things. But I was thinking, you know, if you had lifetime tickets and lifetime accommodations to any of these events, and now I have been to one of these things. One.
Okay.
Easy for me to say because I was trying to say it. If you had lifetime tickets and lifetime accommodations, I want you to rank these 5 events on what you're more likely to go to.
All right.
And we're gonna hurt you right now. We're gonna say the World Series.
Go to any World Series, lifetime.
Every World Series, every accommodations.
I'm gonna have to go 2 with the World Series.
Okay.
Because I'm a baseball guy.
Okay. The NBA Finals.
5.
The NCAA Finals.
Ooh.
I've been to one. That's the only one of these 5 I've been to.
You're just talking the finals. You're not talking the whole tournament.
No, just the finals. If you wanted, we could do Final Fours and the finals. It doesn't matter, finals, though.
Yeah, I would have to put that number 4.
Okay. I kind of doubled up here.
Ooh.
WrestleMania / Slumber Slam.
Oh, yeah, that's going to go number 1.
Okay, and then your number, what's the one that you got
3.
left? 3? The Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that list. So it's kind of funny you brought this list up. Because mine is kind of the same, but you don't got all the combinations. But mine is more of the granddaddy of them all, the big event. Which one? I guess what means the most to their sport. So yeah, like their big event where you wanted to go to. So we'll start off with the Daytona 500.
My sister Heather's been to one. Heather and her kids and her husband Boo have all been to one. Matter of fact, Boo was there at the Daytona 500 where Dale Earnhardt died.
Oh,
yeah.
That was actually one of the last ones I watched.
That's the last one I watched too. No, I didn't watch that one. I watched the year before. I came home from work and I noticed it was on the TV. Oh God. It's important, but I have this feeling you've got another one on here. I'm going to say 4 just to be safe.
All right. We'll go with either the Winter or Summer Olympics.
Do I have to pick?
No, just the Olympics in general.
I'd do it again, but since I've already done it, I'd still say 3.
Okay. Let's go with the Super Bowl.
Oh God, I'm gonna hate life here in a minute. Yeah, Super Bowl's still number 1 to me. It just is.
All right, the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, I went to the one. I've been to the Preakness.
1 or 4?
It's 2 or 5.
Or 2 or 5. Yeah, 205. You're right.
God, I'm so afraid of this number 2. I'm so afraid of your last one. God, and the thing is, I'm gonna say 5 because I made so much. I made close to $900 at the Preakness.
Nice. And your number 2-1 is WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, we're good. Wait, I'm thinking you're going to trick me and going if he says this, and then you're going to throw this over there.
No, I got the 5 written down. I don't throw out those secretive ones, but no, that was a good list. I mean, good show. So your final thoughts there, Tim?
It was weird that we came up to pretty much the same blind 5, but
yeah, it was.
I'm interested. I'm when it comes to the Olympics, I'm always interested. I keep getting texts from the wife saying, "Hey, how are the medals? How are the medals going?" And I'm like, I swear to God, she looks at the medal count before she texts me. Like she knows that I'm going to have to say Italy is ahead of the United States. And it's like, okay, it's kind of scary. But no, she told me she'd go see hockey again. So I'm all about that. Yeah, I love the Olympics. I think honestly, I think the Olympics are probably the most fun, especially with the conglomerate of all the world coming together. I think it's fun. The true world champions. I don't know who we can make mad with that statement. But I love the Olympics. I absolutely love the Olympics, and I'm dying to see how LA handles the 2026 Olympics. No, 2028 Olympics.
Well, that's the whole thing. The Olympics, you bring everybody together under one umbrella, trying to compete for their world, and and you always hear too, and I think it would be true that you get to wear the red, white, and blue, or your color of your nation on your shoulders to represent them is big. The Olympics is always fun. You hope that nothing big or nothing dangerous happens. Everybody comes home safe and stuff like that. But yeah, no, definitely the Olympics are fun to watch. So with that being said,
I hear Lindsay Vonn made it back home safe. So that's good.
Yep. So with that being said, I got some news to share with everybody. I know we don't get too many viewers, but this will be my last month official with C2C. I'll still help them out with the partnership and stuff, but I am going over to join Bubba, Purple Vikings United, the Scenic Project Sports Network. We're going to do some fun stuff there, but definitely keeping the door open to help out these guys over at C2C. So keep watching them, keep watching Between the Ropes, Rankem, and stuff like that, the draft coverage and all that. So, but with that being said, stay tuned. Keep checking us out. Definitely be back with Between the Ropes, Rankem. Maybe something Wednesday nights to kind of get Tim back involved. But with that being said, we'll see y'all next week on Rankem. Have a good one.